Do you have to be first to market with your app? Hello, softwarepreneurs. Welcome back to the Product Innovation Lab. If you're new here, my name is Dale Richards. I'm a software innovator in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I love making software that changes the world. I'm building a software product from concept to cash, and I'm taking you along with me for the ride. If you want to build apps, grow your SaaS business, and make money doing cool software entrepreneur-related stuff, then start now by subscribing and hitting the bell. So this topic is partly disruption and partly go-to-market strategy. And it's been on my mind a lot recently because two things happened to me. One is that I was doing some research for the Dental Practice Manager app. And I was asking around and getting some connections like, hey, here's the user I'm trying to serve, here's the problem I'm trying to solve. And this lady that I had connected to, she said, oh, there's already a whole bunch of different sites that do that. Here's one of them. So I thought, okay, well, I want to learn as much as I can. So I asked some follow-up questions, how familiar are you with this product, and how does the pricing structure work and the business model, etc. Turns out she's actually like an affiliate marketer for this other app, so of course she's motivated to promote it and to basically squash any other ideas that might threaten it. Anyway, so no big deal. I still want to learn from her and from this experience. But I remember feeling this crushing weight of like, oh, someone else has already done it. Oh man, I'm no longer the first to market with this idea. I'm no longer like the first person to think of this original concept. Therefore, I'm not going to be successful on the market. What a downer of an interaction. What a negative person. I'm so frustrated that I even talked to this person, which is the wrong attitude, obviously. You have to be open to learning what's out there in the market because that is realistic. What's important is what is in the market and what will the market buy, not what one person says. Anyway, so I digress. But I'm feeling this crushing emotion of, oh man, I thought this was the original idea and it's not. Then a really significant influencer reached out to me on LinkedIn and said, hey, I have some SaaS stuff that I'm working on. Never built SaaS before. I need some feedback. Do you have some time? We can hop on a Zoom call. So I get on this Zoom call with this gentleman and his partner. And we're talking through and he says, well, here's what we're going to do. Here's the concept of the app. And immediately I said, have you ever heard of this other product? And then I realized in that moment what I had just done. Like, I promised I would not do what this lady had done to me to anybody else. Anyway, so I'm talking to these people and I realized, wait a minute, my motivation though is entirely different. My intention in telling these people, hey, have you ever looked at this other product that does what you're saying? My motivation is to say, there is another product that does something kind of similar. How can you build off of that? How can you disrupt that? How can you move past what they've done to make a better product? Because there's always something better. There's always some improvement to make. No product is perfect, and therefore there's always the opportunity to make incremental improvements on previous products. In some cases, being second to market can actually have a lot of advantages. Think about examples like Google versus Netscape or Uber versus Lyft. And in fact, Amazon was not the first online bookstore. There was another store called Bookstacks Unlimited. They were technically the first online book retailer. But look at where Amazon is now. So clearly, being first to market, having the original idea is not the only success factor. When you are second to market, you actually don't have to do as much work to prove a concept. You don't have to spend as much money innovating and troubleshooting ideas and user experience because a lot of times those ideas and experiences have already been proven out by other companies, by the first mover. So you can learn from the mistakes of others rather than making all of the mistakes on your own. Now, in no way am I trying to dissuade you if you happen to be working on a concept that is first to market. If you have an idea and you're first to market, go for it. I'm not going to say wait around for someone else to go before you. Absolutely not. But don't be discouraged if you find out that, oh, someone else is already doing something kind of similar in the same space, because you have a wonderful opportunity to learn from their trial and error, their mistakes, their learnings, just their pricing, their business model. All of this stuff is already known. You can go and you can learn more about it and interview their users and figure out what they do and don't like about that product. So lots of advantages in being a second mover. If you want some more insights about the second mover advantage, check out this insightful article by the Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern University. And also this awesome article on businesswire.com talking about the importance of learning from first mover failures. First mover advantage versus failure is an entire topic by itself. So we'll do another dedicated video on just first mover advantage, first mover failures. So watch for that video. Make sure that you're subscribed because it's coming. With my ego a little bit bruised from that interaction about the Dental Practice Manager app, I thought, I'm going into some interviews tomorrow. Let's see if those interviewees have actually even heard of this app, which they had not. So I asked, have you ever heard of this other competing product. They said, no, I've never heard of it. So clearly, in terms of market penetration, adoption, there is a lot of room to make headway and progress with your target user and your target market. I'm also going to take a challenge upon myself to find a user or users of this competing dental staffing app, and I'm going to ask them, hey, tell me what your experience is like using that app. I'm going to find out more about their experience so I can see where some of the opportunities are to build upon that app. So, challenge accepted. Stay tuned because that is what is coming up next. How can you interview users of competing products? Join us again. Videos are published every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 noon Mountain Time.